Cheers, man. It's good to fucking be here. It's a night podcast. I feel like we don't get these
that motherfucker's spewing. What's up, man?
as much.
Cheers.
What's going on, dude?
I want to start off with the album of the week.
Oh, okay. I like it.
I got I've been listening to Journey a lot lately.
The
And
voice.
my album of the week is Infinity by Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with Feeling That Way.
Yeah, feeling that way too. I like it, dude.
Am I just your fool?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Anytime.
Yeah, Steve Perry was, or
Phenomenal, dude.
yeah,
Yes,
Steve Perry. Yeah, he was.
Not Joe Perry.
Yeah, that's what I always
Yeah.
get those names mixed
Not
up.
Steven Tyler.
Yeah. Steve Perry. Just
Yeah, that's
insanely good, dude. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Power ballads, okay, like because we kind of mentioned power ballads a couple episodes ago,
Yeah, we did.
talking about like Heart and Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're at the top of the list when it comes to those kind of bands.
Doesn't get any better. Led Zeppelin had some power ballads.
Like what?
Like Over the Hills and Far Away, I feel like kind of is a power ballad.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't have like the '80s version of a. I mean, obviously it wasn't in the '80s, but
sure.
the '80s version of a power ballad, kind of like when I think of power ballads, I think of like
Poison.
yes, Every Rose Has its Thorn, like
Even that's not even power though. That's just a ballad.
yeah, but
think
it's
of
like
it's got like Journey. I
it's
think of
got
Journey,
it's
dude.
got like electric guitar. It's like a Journey because they're the best.
I think of electric
they
guitar.
do it the best. Like
electric guitar riff.
acoustic, but like they come in with a solo that's electric
In the
guitar.
summertime.
Yeah. Damn, man, power ballads.
Led Zeppelin had a few. I feel like
I never felt like I was listening to a power ballad when I listened to any Led Zeppelin song. That's what
I
made
feel
me.
like either it was poetry or it was rock and roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Boston had some good power ballads.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Like what's that song? Amanda. Kiss. A lot of
Kiss
power ballads.
did. Yeah. What? Beth. Beth is a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
power ballad, dude.
We're starting naming bands that have girls' names in the title.
Yeah. No.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiss had a lot of good power ballads, man. I mean, fucking Van Halen had some good power ballads.
They did. They
Yeah.
did. Damn. What's the ones I'm thinking about from?
What's
Van
Van Halen's
Halen?
best song?
It's Jump. I mean, or like
I was
Eruption.
thinking Ain't Talking About Love.
I love the riff, dude. It's my favorite riff by Eddie Van Halen. Ain't Talking About Love. It's just like the palm mute choppy, like it just it's so nice. It's just
That might be their best song, dude.
yeah. Ain't Talking About like
I heard the news, baby. All about your
disease.
disease.
Yeah, you can have what you want, baby.
But I got something you need. He gonna fuck you.
Oh yeah, he ain't
talking
yeah,
about
he
love.
ain't talking about
He gonna
love.
fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah. His dick. That's what you need.
yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I got something you need.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that might be the best
Damn,
song. That's my favorite
that's
by
good.
them.
I think
Fucking
Jump
good,
is
dude.
Jump like kind of
Panama.
Panama.
To that intro. That was almost on the list.
Hot for Teacher.
I almost put that over Hot for Teacher.
Just like the
Just
Alex
so
Van
many
Halen with the
songs,
double
dude.
bass, man.
So many songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fast.
Yeah.
Dude,
This is like Eddie Van Halen was.
they never missed. Even with fucking Sammy Hagar, they had some crazy good songs.
yeah.
Feeling? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. Sammy Hagar.
And I'm feeling.
He just like the problem with Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth, was that one was like a legit front man and the other was kind of like a technical singer.
Yeah. Sammy Hagar's a better singer than
He's
David
the
Roth.
better singer, yeah.
I put him in that's one of the ones that's always going to be in my top 10 underrated male vocalists.
Oh, I agree with that too because
phenomenal.
he
And
was.
he always gets overshadowed by David Lee Roth.
He does.
Which for a good reason.
Because David Lee Roth was like he was
more Van Halen.
bodacious, like just out there, just
Yeah,
he was just like he expressed himself way more than
David Lee Roth.
Sammy Hagar did. Yeah,
Right, I agree with
and
that.
Sammy Hagar they just kind of tend to lean more towards like a little poppy,
Yeah, I can see that.
even though they were hair metal. Then they kind of lean more towards poppy because that's what
Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar was.
His vocals are so good.
He's
though, dude.
such a good vocalist.
Those
Though.
are so good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I always liked Sammy Hagar. Why
I think I'm
can't
thinking-
this be love? That song is like it's like a power ballad.
Be love.
Straight from the heart.
Dude, so
Yeah.
good. Sammy Hagar has some good shit.
Yeah, it was good, dude.
But we're talking Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
oh man,
Shout out Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt.
Shout out Joe Dirt.
When's the last
man.
time you watched
Cheers,
that?
dude.
Cheers. It's good
a
to be
long
here.
fucking time.
Yeah.
It's a long fucking time. Yeah, I think Ain't Talking About Love might be Van Halen's best song.
Yeah. And talk about love. God, that's
that
my
riff
favorite.
is fucking insane.
It's definitely
the
up there for my
lyrics are good, the
favorites.
solo.
Eruption really elevated him too, though.
I mean, that's the greatest metal solo of all time, right?
I think so.
You taking that or Mr. Crowley?
Taking Eruption.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think Eruption's probably the greatest metal solo
Yeah,
of all time. Me
probably.
and Jacob, shout out Jacob, used to argue this all the time. His argument was always Mr. Crowley, and I always argued Eruption.
You know, it's
And I'm okay with the argument.
I'm okay with it because that's one of the songs
Just knowing, man.
just knowing.
I got some cool ass friends.
Just
man.
knowing. Just
It's-
knowing.
Yeah, just
that-
knowing.
that
If
you-
if
yeah.
you're arguing Mr. Crowley, I'm fucking mad because it's a good
Yeah,
argument.
because
It's a good argument.
Mr. Crowley was that solo was so good.
Yeah, I think I'm going.
Randy
Talking About
Rhoads,
Love, man.
dude.
Oh my god, dude.
I think if on my list of like
Yeah.
top 10 guitarists of all time,
Top 5.
he's top 5. And
All right, let's
Eddie
name 'em,
Van
let's name 'em.
Halen.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Jimi Hendrix,
1.
Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page 2. I'm going Eddie Van Halen.
I'm going Eddie Van Halen 3. That's my list has always been
Yeah.
that, and I've almost started to put Joe Satriani over Eddie Van Halen.
I get it, but Eddie Van Halen had better
Satriani's
riffs.
4 for me.
He had better riffs too.
Satriani's 4 for me.
Yeah. Satriani is.
Yeah.
I would go Steve Vai over Satriani because
I
like
go Steve Vai 5th.
Steve Vai kind of helped.
I get that. I'm okay
He
with
kind of
Steve Vai 4th.
mentored him.
And that's Randy Rhoads already out of the top 5 that fast.
God. But I
Quick.
say I would go Randy Rhoads over
Over Yngwie.
Satriani.
I guess I probably would too.
Personally, because
I'll be honest with you. Whenever I
iconic.
said Satriani, I meant to say Steve Vai. And now I'm
Actually-
just pretending like I didn't do that.
I'm gonna go Randy Rhoads over Steve Vai and Satriani. Personally,
What
just
about
because
Yngwie Malmsteen? I think I take Steve Vai over Yngwie because of the feeling. I feel like Yngwie didn't have as much feeling. He
I
was
agree.
fast. He was a technical player.
yeah.
He was a
Ingway's in the
classical
top 10, but it's like, where do you put him? Because he
It's
had
like 6 or
no
7.
feeling. It was
He
all
had no
technical.
feeling, yeah.
Yeah, super technical.
Who would you rather listen to? There's like 30 guitarists over Yngwie.
Yeah, yeah.
Like David
but,
Gilmour, John Frusciante.
yeah, but who's better? You know, it's like you got to kind
what
of
are we
like
considering better? Being able to play more talented and cleanly, or being able to target audiences with your guitar playing?
it's tough because you want to give the nod to the guys who can write the riffs too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
because
true.
like guys like Angus Young, I mean, he can shred like
Guys like
crazy.
Tony Iommi.
Tony Iommi can't
For Black
shred
Sabbath.
like Angus Young, but he
Right,
can.
He can write way better riffs. Not way better, but better riffs.
I would go Angus Young.
I think
But I
Angus Young's are more simple.
They are.
But
They
I
are.
think
for-
Tony
that's
Iommi's
true.
are just as
His
great, but more complex.
I think that they're not just as great, but they are more complex. But they
Yeah.
work in their own way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I like Tony
I think
Iommi
they're very
too.
close. Angus Young and Tony Iommi are always been very
They're
close.
close. They're close for
They're
sure.
like
Because
back to back.
yeah, I would put as far as riff writers, I would put Keith Richards up there too.
Oh,
But I also
man,
think
that
Keith
old
Richards is
fuck.
one of the most overrated guitar players of all time.
But can you hear me knock it?
But dude, you go listen to like the chord work. His chord work of like
it's like Jimi Hendrix level.
yeah, it's just so
And then
good,
like
man.
Gimme Shelter is where the chord work really comes in.
Yeah,
It's like with the piano right in sync with
Yeah.
the keyboard.
yeah. Give me Keith Richards over like someone like George Harrison. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
George
Fuck
Harrison's-
He can suck me.
it was never a
Get him
guy who.
out. Get
Yeah,
him out of
get
the
him
top
out,
50.
get him- Yeah. Oh yeah, I would
Top
put
100?
top 100. I would think about him on like the backside of 90.
I
Personally.
mean, like we're taking guys like where are we putting James Hetfield on this list? Like maybe not, probably not top 50.
yeah, because you want to give.
And then James Hetfield's way better than George Harrison.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Lindsey Buckingham,
he's in top
way
50.
better than George Harrison.
Lindsey Buckingham's top 60 maybe.
Yeah,
Because like Lindsey
Zachy
Buckingham,
Vengeance, Sinister Gates,
Sinister Gates, dude, he was.
and Zachy Vengeance is the lesser of the two,
I
and he's
know,
way
he's
better than half the
so
people on this
good.
list. They're both like top 30.
Okay, better duo: Angus Young, Malcolm Young, or Sinister
Give me-
Gates, Zachy
give me
Vengeance.
Sinister Gates, Zachy Vengeance.
I agree.
I don't want to say it out loud.
I agree.
I don't want to.
I agree, no.
confidently.
It's just because Zachy Vengeance kind of blows Malcolm Young out of the water, and I know that's shitty to say, and that's controversial.
Zachy Vengeance kind of blows Angus Young out of the water.
No, man,
That's
he's
controversial.
good. That's controversial.
Listen
yeah.
to the fucking riffs,
Angus
dude.
Young was
The
like,
fucking riffs, dude. Zachy
dude.
Vengeance goes riff for riff with Angus Young.
No, we don't. You might get pulled, but like some like AC/DC's getting played in the stadiums and like
So what's Vince Sevenfold?
not like that, dude.
I don't agree with this. I'm just saying it.
Okay.
I don't actually.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
arguing
That's
for
crazy to
devil's
me.
advocate. Sake.
But I mean, they deserve to be talked about like that. Yeah, I agree with that.
like Zachy Vengeance is the worst of the two.
yeah, like,
I think Sinister Gates is better than Angus Young.
I would agree. I would agree.
God, dude. It's so good. I was listening to it the other day, and we were listening to Nightmare. Me and Gabby were on the way to the gym, and the solo in Nightmare.
And it hurts to say.
The solo in Nightmare, they're alternating. They alternate, and this is every solo by Avenged
They're the best
Sevenfold.
duo of all
But
time.
they alternate
personally,
soloing
I think.
and riffing. And the riffs
Yeah.
are heavy as fuck. Like, the riffs are some of the best riffs you've ever heard, with the fucking rhythm guitarist playing a solo over the top of it, and it's one of the best solos you've ever heard.
It bothers
And then
me.
the leads, they're both leads.
Yeah, it bothers me.
It's
They're
insane.
both leads, yeah. It bothers me because, like, a lot of metal elitists shit on Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold's a top 25 band of all time.
I think
Maybe not, but it's close. It's close.
the talent's there.
Dude.
The early
Fuck,
success is
dude.
there. The mid success is there. The stage, I kind of quit listening after that album, and I try to go back
Yeah.
and listen to their newest album, and it's like,
What's the same with Metallica? You stopped listening to Metallica.
well, I listened to Hardwired to Self
And
Destruct.
you didn't like it?
I liked it. I thought it was good.
How many times have you listened to the album?
5, 6
And
times.
you didn't really like it.
I liked it. No, I think it's a good
I
album.
feel like you listened to it just to say you listened to it. You know what I mean?
Usually if that's the case, I'll listen to it one time.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
And if I listen to it twice, there's like 1 or 2 songs on the album that hit.
And you're trying
And
to
I'm
like the other
trying
ones.
to like the other ones.
And you listen to it 4 or 5 times, and you couldn't like the other ones.
Then I start picking up like Hushed and Grim was kind of like that for Macedon. Actually,
yeah, no,
I fucking
you like it immediately.
I fucking love the album, but I had to kind of like the album kind of had to grow on me
I can see
because like it came out like Tear Drinker, I like Pushing the Tides, I like but there was like
Every
More Than I
song
Could
on that
Chew
album.
was a song that kind of came a little
that.
later.
Okay.
That I was like, at first listen, I was like, I don't like this song. But the more I liked the other songs, I was like, let me give these, like the other songs would kind of run through as I'm working or like doing my daily whatever, listening to the album.
Man, the first night I listened to that album, me and God, I forget what college football game was on that night. It was me. I was washing my car and I listened to that whole album, and I finished cleaning my car, and me and Jacob Clevenger, shout out to Jacob.
Dude, that's a cool
Me and
dude.
him met
I like
out
that
at
guy.
Carolina Ale House for dinner that night. And we just had beers, took shots of tequila. Like, we sat out there for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Got fucked up.
Nice.
And then I forgot which college game was on that night. Damn, it was like a year ago. This is exactly like pretty close to a year ago, right before the college play.
Carolina, Florida, maybe?
No, it wasn't a Carolina game, I don't
Okay.
think. Might have been during Carolina bye week. But damn, I have to go back and find that. But
Yeah, that guy, I like that guy. He's a good
yeah,
dude.
Jacob's a good dude. I would love
He
to have
came
him on the
over one
podcast,
night,
man.
like, and I've only met this guy like once or twice. I'd like to have him on the podcast at some
Me
point.
too. He would love to be on it.
Yeah, and he comes in and he just starts like, most people are a little timid
He
when
comes
it comes
in, he takes a shot with us and starts singing on Rock Band.
Yeah, like I'm like, dude, you want to sing a song? He's like, yeah.
And he's kind of a more shy guy.
Yeah, and he's like very soft spoken. And I'm like, this is just weird to see like a soft spoken guy kind of like branch out and be more
He just said
like extrovert. Yeah, I was like, I respect it. I've seen a lot of people like
Yeah.
just kind of like come out of their shell with Rock Band. That's what
Yeah.
makes the game kind of
Noah, dude. Me, Noah, and Heather just sat till
Yeah.
like 5 a.m. playing Rock Band one night.
Dude, it's such a great like have some beers and just listen to music and kind of jam out a little bit.
Yeah, for
Have some-
sure.
Get a little goofy, have a
For
good
sure.
time. You know, I love Rock Band.
Oh man, yeah, Avenged Sevenfold, dude.
Yeah, I used to say
Let's
they
compare.
were.
Let's compare bands. Let's go all time, Avenged Sevenfold or Audio Slave.
Avenged Sevenfold, Audio
Avenged
Slave.
Sevenfold or Soundgarden. Sorry, buddy. It's Avenged Sevenfold,
It is.
and that hurts really bad.
It-
Avenged Sevenfold or Rage Against the Machine.
It's just a weird question because I've come to terms with you need to separate bands between
Genres.
well maybe genres, maybe that's the way
Or
you need to
talent
do
and
it.
Influence.
Talent and influence, because either the Beatles are number one or they're not. They're like way off the list or
They're
they're on the
not.
list.
I don't think they're number one.
As far as influence, they're number one.
Yeah, but I think it's very close to Led Zeppelin.
And
Black Sabbath.
I think those, yeah. And I also think Nirvana is up there.
Yeah, I think that's true. I don't think it's that close, honestly, for Nirvana.
But I think they're in the top 10. They changed and created an entire genre.
Yeah,
They
that lasted
still,
for how long?
people are wearing the shirts today. Kids.
People were wearing Rolling
13.
Stone shirts, which is also very influential.
I agree. I
What are
totally
Rolling
agree.
Stones on that
Yeah,
list?
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
People still wear Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. I've always said that Keith Richards is the most overrated guitarist of all time next to Slash. Even though
Who's the
Slash.
guitar player for Def Leppard?
Oh, man. He's the
Because
one.
he kind of has some good riffs, dude.
Yeah, but he can't play like that.
But he
though.
had some good riffs.
He did, because it's party music. All party music has to have good riffs. Mick Mars is a great guitarist. He's like one of the best in writing party music riffs.
What about CC DeVille?
Oh, dude, yeah, he's pretty good too.
That's Poison, right?
What about I think
Is
that's
that Rat?
That might be Rat.
No, I think it's no, because Take It CC. That's Poison.
That's
Poison.
That's definitely
Shitty
Poison.
little voice.
I was about to say George Michael. Fucking what's his name?
Al
Brett,
Michaels.
Brett Michael. Al Michaels. You were fucking Al Michaels. He's been
What a
taking a
legend.
lot of what a legend. He's taking a lot of criticism lately.
Poison. I think it's CC DeVille.
I think it might be Poison. Yeah, that sounds right now as you mentioned it.
Yeah, CC DeVille.
Yeah.
Who's Rat? I know the name of it. I just can't think of it right now.
Dude, Round and Round is like a badass song.
Warren DeMartini. That's the guy for Rat.
Dude, you know who doesn't get? You know who's an underrated riff writer? Is Wes Borland.
Ah, for Limp Bizkit?
Limp Bizkit, yeah.
John 5.
John 5 is. I think he's
And-
top 35
And
all
Sinister
time.
Gates is still better, and Zachy Vengeance are still better. Maybe not Zachy Vengeance.
Nah, Zachy Vengeance.
Sinister
can't.
Gates is
Sinister Gates, you can
insane.
argue. I would put Sinister Gates over John 5. John
would
5
too.
played for
Rob Zombie and
Marilyn Manson, yeah. And is now playing for Motley Crue.
For Motley Crue. That's an upgrade.
That's an upgrade.
Mick Mars is incredible.
Yeah.
Mick Mars riff writer, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Party music had the riffs.
Damn. You taking Motley Crue's riffs or... That's hard because it's like he's only Eddie Van Halen that's better. Had better riffs. But he's soloing the whole riff.
Okay, Slash. I would
Oh,
take
what you mean?
Slash's riffs over Mick Mars's.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
Yeah, I mean they revolutionized, like not revolutionized, but like they really pushed the needle for rock and roll a little bit more than I feel like Motley Crue did. Motley Crue had their moment; they're
I'll
great.
tell you
in
right
their way,
now,
but
I just about rather, and this is because of it's been played so much, but I just about rather listen to any Motley
Me
Crue
too.
riff
Me-
than Sweet Child of Mine.
me too, dude.
Give me any Motley Crue
But
riff
the
over Sweet Child of
reason
Mine.
why it's played out is because
just so good.
It's just so good.
It's one of the greatest riffs of all time.
Welcome to the Jungle,
But
dude.
Welcome to the Jungle.
How many
God
fucking
damn,
how many
dude.
little like football teams in like high school and middle school have ran out to Welcome to the Jungle?
It's
We
fucking
used to do it
sick.
every
it's a fucking
week.
badass song.
We used to do it every week. Yeah, bust through the fucking paper, running through. Blade hands, just blade handing down the fucking 50-yard line. You know, just
And then he does a fucking slide.
Yeah. because Slash is so great, and that's what makes him so underrated. Is because he writes badass riffs. A lot of riff
Axl
writers.
Rose is a bad motherfucker too, though.
Yeah,
Give me Axl Rose over fucking Vince Neil. Give me Axl
Yeah, I
Rose
agree.
over
I agree with that.
Fucking Brett Michaels
Brett Michaels or Brett Michaels
or Vince Neil.
or Vince Neil.
Give me
Brett
Vince
Michaels.
Neil.
That's Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels is a pussy.
What's with the? I guess both of them had the bandana, right?
Yes, they did. No, that's Axl Rose. All three of them had the bandana. Fuck.
Yeah, they did.
It's
Hair metal.
Yeah.
God,
The first time I met Jeremiah, I'm pretty sure it was at Mad World. Me and Gabby were dating.
was that our last guest?
It might have been.
I think it was.
Shout out Jeremiah.
When-
First
yeah,
time I
it was
met
a great-
Jeremiah, he was really into hair metal and Greta Van Fleet. And he was wearing a headband. The first time I met him was American Flag headband.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We went to Mad World. It was me and Gabby and some of her friends, and then Jacob and
I
Jeremiah.
saw that picture not too long ago. Y'all was like sitting on the
Yeah.
hay or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you say?
Oh, we just may go by the bay, eat some hay.
What do you say?
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Dude, I watched Boys in the Hood this morning.
Oh, man.
Almost like bawled my eyes out.
Yeah, sad as fuck.
It's so fucking sad.
So
Holy
sad.
shit.
Ricky!
Oh my god, dude. I was just like, this is so sad.
Depressing as fuck, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't seen Boys in the Hood, I mean,
What are you
God,
doing?
check that out.
Go
What are you
watch it.
doing? Yeah,
Yeah,
what are you doing in
go
your
watch
life?
it.
It's
Sad as
it's I love to watch a movie going, you know, I haven't seen that movie in so long, and I just have like these snapshot moments of like, I remember the Ricky scene. So I was expecting that, and you know, had some snapshot moments of like Ice Cube and stuff, and
Right.
but like I was like, woke up this morning, took the puppy out.
Oh.
I'm yeah, I mean,
You're
I'm
a proud
new,
proud dad.
proud dad now. Yeah, got a Rottweiler now, and we have been butting heads a little bit.
Yeah, right.
It's been interesting. He loves Heather, but for me, she's the guy. She's the person who feeds him, and I'm the person who tells him no.
Who the fuck was the other guy? Was it Ice Cube, and who's the other dude? Was the dude from fucking Matrix?
Yes, Lawrence.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes, that's it. Lawrence Fishburne. Yep. And he plays like
I hadn't seen that in forever.
the-
I only remember the Ricky scene, dude.
that's exactly
That's
how
the
it
only
was
scene
for
I
me.
remember.
That's exactly,
I
dude.
don't remember that.
You go back and watch it. The acting isn't the best, but honestly, the fucking writing and just the movie in general is top tier. It's such a good movie. Boys in the Hood is such a good movie, man.
Ice Cube, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Morris Chestnut. Who was that? That's the guy that played Ricky, but
Yeah.
What did he play?
He's played in some things before, but I can't. I saw his face too this morning. And I was like, what did he play in?
Yeah, some bullshit.
But
Bunch of bullshit.
Like
Mike, he played in that.
maybe that's what I know him from. That's a good movie.
It's fucking awesome.
The box office smash.
I love Like Mike.
I haven't seen that.
It's a great movie.
Isn't that Little Bow Wow and
Yeah.
like they give him Stuart Little or
Yeah,
some shit?
that's exactly
okay,
what it is.
nice.
I think it is. He
thought-
looks like him anyway.
God, that's in the back of the brain, like the way back. Like you pull the filing cabinet out and it falls over, and it's like
Yeah.
behind the filing cabinet.
Like Mike, yeah, Bow Wow, Jesse Plemons. What the fuck?
Who
That's
the-
the dude from that's the dude. That's Creepy Todd. Jesse Plemons. That's the main kid.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, maybe that's not the main kid. Maybe it is the main kid.
Yeah, dude, I about bawled my eyes out. The Ricky scene was so fucked up.
Vince Neil or Brett Michaels?
I mean, all time is Brett Michaels. He was more iconic.
I got an argument with a.
If you're gonna argue frontman, you got to argue iconic.
I got an
how
argument with a
iconic you were.
19-year-old Kendrick Lamar or Eminem.
This is out of my
Who-
wheelhouse.
All right, so answer. Who do you think I argued for?
Kendrick Lamar.
Nope,
Really? Really?
because Eminem is the better artist.
Wow, it really shocks
love
me
Kendrick
with how
Lamar.
much you've had multiple Kendrick Lamar albums up on this
Eminem
podcast.
is fucking
that-
Eminem. Eminem's on the Mount Rushmore, dude.
He is.
That's crazy.
And I don't really dabble in rap like
Right.
that, but I have to say that if I was judging on the outside looking in, I would probably say that he's on the Mount Rushmore. Just off of
Eminem's
like
on the Mount Rushmore.
people that I respect,
gotta
who
be.
knows music, and people who I've kind of talked music with that they kind of listen to a lot more of that than I do, but I
Yeah.
respect their taste a little bit more. They tend to say that Eminem is right there in that top 4, sometimes number 1.
The only time I shit on Eminem is when someone's arguing for Eminem.
Because you're an asshole.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Do you
He
ever?
said,
Sometimes
"Do you ever feel like an asshole?"
yeah.
Every day of my life, yeah.
Okay.
Today, there's some guys at work I give a lot of shit.
That's what
and,
they're for. That's what they're
and
there for.
me and Gabby were in the car today, and I thought about a good way to piss off one of them, like by just
I do this every day.
by
with,
just changing their name, like just calling them like their last name.
Yeah, just like making it
just like
something
like
that's
I'm
gonna
making
piss
a
them
pun,
off.
making a pun out of
Yeah,
their last name.
yeah.
And I'm gonna do it on Monday. I told Gabby, she goes, "Jesus Christ, you're always trying to piss them off." I said, "Yep,
You got to, man.
yep, I do."
Album of the week, man. What have I been listening to lately? I don't know. Yeah, Soundgarden. We were arguing them earlier. They're another one of those bands to where like
What were we arguing about again? I forgot. Was the Avenged Sevenfold?
we were arguing Avenged
brought it up,
Sevenfold.
yeah.
Yeah, and then
I don't think it was really much of an argument. We just kind of.
then we started with bands like best bands, and then we started with Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, like you said, Avenged
Yeah.
Sevenfold, and
Yeah, I don't think that's really much of an argument, man. There's so much
Yeah.
talent.
yeah, I think that where I'm at now is that I went through a technical spell where when I was playing guitar, I wanted everything to be
Technical.
technical
And talent.
and talent, and then now it's like
But there's talent in being able to write something.
there
that's influential.
is, there
Yeah,
is,
there's a
and
lot of talent
and
and
I've always
technicality.
made the argument that the difference between if you really want to argue who's the greatest band of all time between the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, I'll give I think that John Lennon and Paul McCartney, and even a little bit of Ringo Starr because he helped write a lot of
He's
that
a very
shit.
good writer.
Yeah, George Harrison branched off, created his own shit. You had like a lot of like they're the most influential band of all time, and honestly, probably the greatest writers of all time.
Is Beatles top 5? Are the Beatles in the top 5?
I think that your
deserve to be
list
talked
is
about.
going to be looked like a joke if it doesn't have the Beatles in the top 5. Do you want to put your name out there like that and put?
I'm taking the Beatles over the Who. The older I get, I take the Beatles over the Who, man.
I think the
It
Who
hurts.
was a better band, but technically,
Yeah, sure.
like as far
agree
as
with that.
John Entwistle,
And songwriting is close.
yeah, I mean, and that's the only comparison to Led Zeppelin because
Yeah. That's the only
Roger
comparison.
Daltrey, John Entwistle, Pete Townsend,
Yeah.
and Keith Moon was like
Yeah,
a top
Keith
3
Moon.
drummer. I mean, John Entwistle's top 10 bass player.
Yeah. They just didn't have the influence. They didn't have the influence.
They didn't
Led
have the
Zeppelin had.
influence Led Zeppelin had.
Led Zeppelin had almost the influence of
They
the
were better
Beatles
writers, yeah.
and way better talent than anybody.
The Beatles, though, it's like that's why I'm saying that like you kind of have to break these up. Maybe you go genre.
I don't think genre is the way. Because,
I don't think it is
because some people consider Led Zeppelin metal. the starters of metal.
I think that if you asked, there's definitely been people who said that, and we've talked about it.
And then what do we consider just rock and roll?
Rock and roll is like
This the genre before
Royal
the genre.
Blood is rock and roll.
Royal Blood, the band.
Yeah, they're a little. I guess they're
disagree
more
with
alternative, but like in a modern way, they're rock and
Their
roll.
new stuff's almost fucking techno too. That's what sucks.
That's what sucks. I haven't listened to anything outside this third album.
The third album is where they went techno.
Okay, well then the first two. The second one didn't hit as good. But like those first two albums,
damn, they're good as fuck.
the fucking bass
they're
player,
good as fuck, dude.
he sets his bass up to sound just like Lemmy from Motorhead.
I thought it's very alternative though.
It definitely is.
I think
But
Led Zeppelin is rock and roll.
Well, then what's rock and roll today? Because that's what
Rolling
I'm. That's
Stones.
where. No, I'm talking about
Today.
modern rock and roll. What is modern rock and roll?
That doesn't
Because
exist.
you don't think it does? You don't think that Greta Van Fleet kind of classifies as?
That's fucking folk. It's almost folky.
This- this-
folky blues.
But you can kind of rope a lot of that, like you just
Sure.
talked about Led Zeppelin being
the Black
metal.
Keys aren't even fucking rock and roll, man.
They're blues rock, but like rock and roll. You know, I would classify them blues rock.
Would you ever classify?
Shine Down is rock and roll.
Don't do that.
Now it's sad,
Don't do that.
but that's
It's
what
not.
basic
It's
rock.
pop.
Okay,
It's
well
pop
then
rock.
I totally agree with that. But like, if you was to really get,
Would you ever consider Led Zeppelin blues rock?
yes, absolutely.
But I think we're
would.
really gonna say it's just
I
fucking
think-
rock and roll because
I
they fit in so many categories.
I think that if I'm going to fit them in categories, rock and roll's number one. Led Zeppelin. Number two is blues rock.
number three.
Number
is
three-
fucking psychedelic rock.
Psychedelic rock.
Number four is metal.
Metal. And like those are the
Number five is
genres
folk.
and the the influences that they've had. That's what I think that they've hit within that. And I think that the Beatles have really had, you know, rock and roll singer-songwriters. Like their ability to
Garage
write
rock.
garage rock, absolutely, yeah.
Their first albums were garage
And
rock.
honestly, boy bands. They were the
Which is
first.
garage
They
rock.
were the first boy band.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they were pop for sure at the time.
Yeah, I mean they had all had the bowl cuts. The girls were on the front lines, loving.
Rock and roll doesn't exist today, man. Rock and roll.
It
really
does.
doesn't
It's
exist.
just that
There's no original rock and roll bands right now. Anybody that was original, it's like Greta Van Fleet was sounding just like Led Zeppelin, and then they stopped doing it because that's not who they were. I don't want to consider Greta Van Fleet a rock and roll band.
They're rock and roll.
They're rock and roll, but
No,
are they
they're
fucking
they're
rock and roll?
They're rock and roll. I think we're just getting a little bit too technical as far as like what we want.
But that's what we do.
Like kind of put them in. We want to categorize them. And but I think Greta Van Fleet is exactly
Their first two albums, yes, but now they're not. Dude,
they're
folk.
folky. They're folk. They're folk. Yeah. Their first two
Folky,
albums for sure.
bluesy, like
They're Coachella.
hippie.
Yeah, they're Coachella.
Yeah.
But their first two albums,
Or their first album, their first
God.
LP or the EP is fucking From the Fires is heavy as fuck,
amazing,
dude. Their second album's really good too. It's got some really good shit.
Yeah, yeah. From the ashes,
Might have been.
from the fires, one of the two.
From
yeah,
the Fires is the EP. That's the really good one.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then From the Ashes doesn't exist. I don't think.
Okay, maybe that's like a heavy metal album I'm thinking of.
Could be.
But it's the one with the fire and
Yeah, that's
the
From the
blue.
Fires, yeah.
Okay, from the fires. Okay.
The one after that is
They had the early EP with like the four faces on the front
that's the same one
with
that's,
four
that's,
songs.
That's four of the songs from
from the
Fires.
album. Yeah.
That's not an album. From the Fires is still an EP.
Okay. Okay.
This is
yeah.
a second or double EP. Or
Yeah.
something like
John Kiska, Sam
Yeah.
Kiska,
that. Other Kiska.
the other kid. That's a drummer, right?
Yeah, and
'Cause
Josh Kiska.
Sam is the
Sam
guitarist.
is the guitarist. What was the other one you said?
John Kiska.
John Kiska. I don't think exists. It's Sam. Josh is the
Josh.
singer.
That's it. Yeah,
And
Josh.
then there's
Yeah.
another one.
Josh. Good. Yeah.
It's an S, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember the other guy's name,
Van
but-
Fleet.
They're a good band, dude. The problem, like, it's
Jake Kiska.
they were compared to Led Zeppelin
Jake's
early
the band
on.
player.
That's kind of what I guess their early
Bass
stages
player.
were definitely rock and roll.
What's the other one? Peaceful or Anthem of the Peaceful Army is the second album, and the Battle at Gardens Gate. I mean, it's
I listened to the second album one time.
good as fuck, dude. It's a good ass album.
You loved it way more than I
It's a
did.
good album, but their third album's not. It's the same shit.
Yeah, it became very like flower childish.
Which that's the name of their. That's one of their songs.
Yeah, I remember that song.
Fucking or Flower Power. That was the
Flower.
song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It's a power ballad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Power ballad. It's a good fucking great riff.
Yeah, yeah. Josh Kiska's got a good voice.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Greta Van Fleet just kind of. Once I really listened to Led Zeppelin.
Is it just the hipster in us?
Once I no.
They've
because
changed
I
their
love Led
music.
Zeppelin whenever they first, or Greta Van Fleet when they first started,
I did too.
and that's because I hadn't listened
I
to.
wouldn't shut the
Physical-
fuck up about them.
That's because I hadn't listened to Physical Graffiti enough. The song Custard Pie, Highway Tune is a
Oh,
ripoff.
know.
It's a ripoff.
I know. It is. It is. 100%.
I love it, but damn.
Physical Graffiti is. There was a time like
It's a top 10 album all time.
I totally agree. I fucking totally agree.
And
Like
the
if
best
you
part
want to
is-
like for
and
me,
that's
if I
their
make
third
it,
best album.
if I'm Houses of the Holy is right there with it though.
I don't think it is.
I love.
I
I'm
love
going.
House of the Holy, but I don't think it is.
I'm going Physical Graffiti, but there's a little like House of the Holy. I used to go back. There was a moment where I would go back to Physical Graffiti every fucking day. I just couldn't stop listening to it.
That's me still. Anytime I listen to Led Zeppelin, I'm like, Led Zeppelin 2? Cool.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah,
Led Zeppelin 2 is my favorite on paper.
it was
Physical
Led Zeppelin
Graffiti's
4
amazing.
and Led Zeppelin 2 for so long, and then it was it was Mothership that got me into Led Zeppelin.
Well, that's the greatest hits.
Right,
Yeah.
because I went out and I was like, "Damn, my buddy's talking about how good Led Zeppelin is," and I always kind of like
What
their
was that? Who was your buddy's name?
my
Seth?
buddy Nate.
Nate.
Yeah, Nate Barlow. Shout out Nate. He got me into Led Zeppelin because he kind of got me
He was
into
a guitar player.
guitar player. Yeah,
He was a
he was
guitar
just talking about how good Jimmy Page was and like how Led Zeppelin's songs didn't sound the same. Like I always loved music, but I didn't really connect with it on a technical level.
Fuck, man.
And then-
Led Zeppelin's so good.
We were working in this warehouse and we just we putting up these windshields and man, this was when I worked like 14 hours a day and Nate would always be there and we'd always have the Rock 101 on.
Oh man,
Nate was a Mormon. He the owner was a bishop at the Church of Latter-day Saints.
only
so,
so
like-
diagonally got it.
So yeah, dude, we'll get to that. And so I would always see these like Mormon kids like filtering in and out because he was giving them opportunity. You know, he was a guy who had the position to where he owned a business.
Right.
So I'd see these Mormon kids filtering in and out, and I would talk to them, and they were always the nicest people, man. Just the nicest people, honestly.
Yeah.
They were the nicest people, and we just would always we would do 2 for Tuesday, and we would always it got so repetitive with Rock 101 that we would try to guess the next song.
Oh, I like that.
So like 2 for Tuesday, you would guess the next artist. If you got it right, you got a point. But if you guessed the 2 songs they were going to play, the first song would be, you know, like Money Talks. Okay, the next artist is going to be AC/DC.
yeah.
Okay, well then, okay, what songs are you going with? Money Talks and Thunderstruck. And if you hit one of those, you get extra points.
and it goes,
Yeah, you're like, yeah, fuck. We were
fuck,
like
it's
that.
30 D's done dirt
And
cheap.
then we would just argue, you know, who's, you know, better, blah, 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 blah. But he really kind of brought a more
cheap.
technical side. He made me pick up guitar, which I picked up at an early age, but I'd never really.
Yeah, I remember you having a Fender Squire.
Fender Squire, red
Fender
with
Squire,
red
yeah.
and white, yeah. And I never really, I needed guidance. I wanted to play, but I didn't know how to play.
Right.
And Nate kind of taught me a lot of things and kind of opened up a whole side of music that, like, I was like, oh, okay, this is what you're talking about. Like, when you're making these arguments, they make sense now. Like, because, like, I'm sitting here trying to play these songs, and I'm starting to listen, and I'm like, you know, you already have an idea of, like, what's talented and what's not, but.
So I just had, like, the flashback of that Fender Squire.
Yeah.
And, you know, you talk about, like, or you see stuff on or Facebook or social media, and it's people talking about, like, if you could go back in time to, like, when you were 10 years old but have all the knowledge you have right now. And people are like, oh, I would do that. That'd be insane. You'd be rich.
The red pill or the blue pill? Is that
yeah,
kind of thing?
yeah, that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be depressing as fuck.
I've thought about that, too.
Like, think about,
I've thought about that, too.
because what happens when you're stuck in that life, but there's nothing you can do with the knowledge you have, and the outcomes happen the same, and you know what's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you have to go through those sad moments anyways, and you know they're coming, but you got to fucking relive them.
I was watching.
There's nothing you can do to stop this shit.
This is going to relate to what you're talking about. I was watching the Tim Robinson show,
Yeah.
and there was a.
I think you should leave on Netflix.
Yeah, I think you should leave. It's hit or
It's
miss,
fucking
but
funny, dude.
god
It's funny.
damn,
When it's
it
funny,
hits,
it's funny.
It fucking hits.
It's funny as shit.
But it was like some kind of like child commercial, but there's this one guy on there who's talking about anyways, the moment was he was like, yeah, I laugh a lot because they say when you die you relive your life and you get to see it from like the third person, and you will see all these moments that you've lived in your life. And he goes, when I look back on it, if you see me smiling randomly, it's because when I look back on my life when I die, I want to see a happy life lived.
Jesus Christ.
And it just cuts off. He goes to the next episode. I'm like,
He's not supposed to make me think.
Jesus,
I just want to laugh, bro.
Jesus fuck. let me turn this shit off, dude.
And then he says that
all right, time for bed. I'm like,
then,
up till 3
you're not a part of the turbo team. Same guy. Yes. And then he made a toilet that's only for farts.
Did you just tell that guy to come over here and tell me to stop eating the nachos because I'm eating too many nachos?
Or I'm eating the toppings off the nachos.
What?
What are you
saying?
What are you talking about?
He's just like
Gaslights her?
Yeah.
I told him to turn the AC off because it's cold.
Yeah, but there's not an AC above our chair. Like, why would you say that?
What?
I went over there.
What are you talking?
I went over there to talk to him about
Have you seen the one where
that.
he's choking?
I've seen a.
There's
seen
one
a lot.
where he's fucking.
Some
choking.
of them run together though. Like
There's one
they're
where
so
he's
great
like
though.
he's at the fucking table and it's his it's a celebrity. One of his
I've
friends,
seen it,
his
yeah, I've
friend
seen-
with a
I've
guy
seen
that's
this,
it's
yeah.
a celebrity. It's his favorite celebrity. Starts fucking choking on the food.
Yeah.
What's that going on over there?
Yeah.
What's that? It's not there.
He won't like give in to choking.
Yeah, he won't let the
He's
guy.
just like,
He's like trying to drink water.
Yeah.
He's like, water stinks. Water smells like shit.
It's definitely an acquired taste humor,
So
but
funny.
man, if you get it, it is
It's
top
so
tier. Top tier.
niche.
It's so niche. Yeah,
So
that's
niche.
it. It's so niche, but if you get it, man.
People, I think it would be depressing to go back and like be a 10-year-old right now, knowing everything you know right now. If you were a
Oh,
10-year-old.
it would be very depressing because you would kind of see the way things turned
Yeah.
and like the way that the potential that some of the things that you loved had,
Yeah.
and to see it kind of like
Suck.
and to get kind of I don't know, just turned in a weird way.
Things wouldn't feel the same either. Like if you went, like we talk about how like the game Dofus, the French turn-based game. For those who don't know, it was really big in like what the
2006 to 2010, it was big in the
Huge,
United
yeah.
States. Right now, it's only big in France.
Yeah, it's only big in France. And I remember whenever I was in like middle school or so, maybe earlier. I mean, probably not middle school. I mean, it was even in like the 2010, early
Yeah.
2010s. It was pretty big. But I used to play the game like 6 o'clock in the morning. And like in that time, it was such a great game. And we talk about now how it's not the same game and how it's changed so much and like it changed for the worse. But if we went back and if the version of us right now could play it in 2010, we would look at it the same way we look at it now.
You've always made this argument for that game. It was a game that I've always loved.
We would look at it the same way.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good turn-based games that you should dabble in more.
But do you see what I mean?
Oh, totally agree.
Like if us
Totally
right now
agree,
went
yeah.
back and
Yes.
went to 2010 and
Yes.
played the game. Oh man, and I think that's because right now we
Totally
play games.
agree.
I don't think the game's gotten worse. I think that we've just gotten worse. Not at playing games, but at enjoying games. Like whenever I sit down and play a video game, I feel guilty.
Because you're wasting time.
So much, wasting so much time.
But honestly, I think I try to look at it I try to look at everything in a positive light.
Yeah,
So even if it's fucking terrible, I try to find like the one glimmer of hope that's there
I got you.
because I like the challenge of pulling myself out of that. if
Yeah,
that
for
makes
sure.
sense.
I agree with that. I like that.
And I think that's kind of the perspective you're taking, which I love. I love it, dude. I think
sure.
that I think that game, yeah, going back and playing that game now, and definitely like RuneScape, those like nostalgia games. I bet if you went back playing those games, knowing what you know now, of course you would fucking love it.
I wonder if it's because right now we're so much smarter and better at like managing things that we try to play so efficiently, and it feels like a job to us for every single thing we do.
That's 100% true.
Because then I was
Yeah.
just a fucking dumbass. I'm still a dumbass,
Yeah,
but I'm an efficient. I'm a more
an efficient
I'm
dumbass.
a more efficient dumbass now.
I feel this a lot.
And
I like this. Yeah.
like
I
back then,
agree.
I would just kill the same fucking mob over and over, and I'd get achievements, and I'd do this thing. And now I'm like, which map do I need to go to do a quest? To start, like, how can I start this quest and kill a mob, and start the next quest, and then like hit this dialogue in a perfect order?
Yeah, because you want to know a little bit more about the story. You know,
Now, right now, I'm just like, how can I do every quest at the same time?
super efficient.
Like,
yeah.
I can start this.
Let me start 5 quests if they're all on this 5 spot at the area.
Yeah.
So like,
And then so as I
Yeah.
walk to the next area, I'll
You
do this
start all
one part
these
of the quest,
quests.
and this part, and this part, and this part,
Yeah.
and this part, and I'm here.
yeah,
Stressful. Why do it? There's no enjoyment in that.
I've gotten to the point to where like some games feel like a job to me. Like shooters started to feel like a job because
I feel that.
the new age kids have more time. they're evolved from my generation, so
Oh,
like
shit.
automatically this is like I know I'm working against the grain here because in everything since the dawn of existence, the next evolution is just kind of a little bit better because they learn from your generation.
I got something for you.
You know, this is football, this is basketball, this is
I got one for you.
MMA. I mean, you can find this everywhere. So there's a little bit of joy in me kicking the youth's ass and like chess and Madden and all these things.
I got one for you. So the same kid that I argued Eminem over Kendrick Lamar, he's 19. He's fucking. I mean, he's autistic. Actually autistic.
Okay.
And but he's like a very like it's not. It's an autism level where he functions super fucking highly.
Okay.
Like he's the real deal.
Okay.
He's fucking great. I love working with him. But sometimes he can be a little much verbally.
Okay.
Like when he gets to talking about stuff he knows about or thinks he knows about, then he's wide open.
I can relate.
Which is fine. I mean, there's a lot of young people
yeah.
that's like that, and I'm like that sometimes too.
I can relate.
But he's like a big computer nerd, and he thinks he's really good at Call of Duty. But the electrician in our group, he's Tyler. Shout out Tyler, and shout out Patrick. That's the autistic one. Patrick was talking all this shit about how good he is at Call of Duty, but Tyler's like fucking legit at Call of Duty. And they played, and Tyler just fucking smokes him. Tyler's like 27, 28. And Tyler fucking murders him.
Like embarrassing?
Didn't even try. And then Tyler's talking, and Tyler doesn't talk much shit. Tyler's talking shit, though, in this moment. And he goes, Patrick, I'm going to be honest with you, I could quit playing Call of Duty for a year and come back and kick your fucking ass. And everybody's like,
fucking
all the old dudes are fucking so happy. And Patrick doesn't say shit. Because he knows. Tyler got into his head that much, and it made me so happy. Oh, I was so happy in that moment. I was like, he don't know. He don't know about these old bucks, how we used to play fucking Search and Destroy Russian, baby.
Yes.
He don't know about that. He don't know them good old days.
Search and Destroy Russia with the sprint perk and the fucking
MP5 fucking stopping power.
Stopping power with the hip aim. Or no,
steady
you have
aim.
Extreme conditioning, steady aim or whatever.
Steady aim, stopping power,
just
extreme
gut
conditioning.
right up the middle and just
MP5 silence. Yep.
Yeah.
Silence MP5.
Man.
Let's take a piss break.
Let's do it.
We'll be back, guys.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, you back.
What's up, dude?
What up?
Dude, I have to say you put off one of the most impressive chess moves that I think I've ever had pulled out on me.
And then I pulled off one of the worst moves right after.
Which, you know what, man? I have to give you credit for it. It was a move that I will always remember.
It's like I did that and I just got complacent.
When
I was
you
like, yep, I won.
When you made it, I was like, I know he didn't make that move for what I'm about to do.
But let's see.
But let's see.
Oh man, it was nice.
And then I was like, I don't believe him. I don't think that what he's got planned is going to work because what I had I had a good defense.
Yeah.
And then I take the knight, and then you
moved my pawn up and put you in check. My pawn took your queen.
And
after.
I was like, oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah, that was good.
And
then I moved, and I just fucking leave my queen open right after.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
In that moment, I was like, you know what? I can't get like Oliver and let the moment beat me. I told myself, I was like, stay strong. We were already having a great game. If I stay consistent, maybe I'll have a chance to win this after this move.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. You didn't have a chance if I didn't fuck up.
Yeah, but also
down a queen. You were down a queen and
yeah, but also you didn't have a chance if I didn't fuck up either.
But I don't think you fucked up. I think I set you up into it.
That's okay.
Like I don't feel like it was anything.
Yeah,
but
I
think it was only. Like,
but you can't win games unless you take advantage of people's fuck ups. You have to be able to see those fuck ups, dude.
I mean that's true. It was just bad play by both of us.
Oh, for sure. It was a great game. No, I think you're selling yourself short. I think I think you're holding yourself to a higher standard, and so when you play, you sell yourself short. I'm here to tell you, he will beat anybody that's listening to this.
I'll be honest with you. I put off a very high level.
Yeah,
move on you.
He tries to be humble about it. He's a good fucking chess player.
No, I put off a very good move on you, like for a pretty like above mid level, like above 1500 move on you, and then I fucked it by pulling off like a 300 move on you, and getting my queen taken back.
I get it, but we've been playing long enough, the two of us.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm here to tell you, you sell yourself short. I think on your ability to play chess. I think you hold yourself to a internet level, and I think that's not. I think that's what a lot of your generation does. They kind of like compare themselves to like the best of what's on the internet right now. And I'm here to tell you, you will wax a lot of motherfuckers locally.
Oh yeah,
with
probably.
the way you play. And
I
I think that the problem is that you are so competitive and you hold yourself to the highest standard. And obviously, you're not a fucking grand champion, neither am I. But we're both really good chess players that can.
Yeah, I just got impatient.
And that my biggest problem with chess is that I'll make a move and then I'll take my eyes off the board. I'll stop analyzing. I'll make a move and then when it's my turn again, I'll start trying to analyze again, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I feel like rushed. It's like and that's maybe like maybe if I had like maybe that's might be like an ADHD problem.
Right.
I don't know. But that's like kind of like the demons I fight when I play chess. Is like I take my eyes when I make a move. I'm like, okay, I know what move I'm making, and then I'll just like give you your space and give you your time.
Right.
And then I like to have a conversation when I play chess too, because I think chess is a very like human on human. I really hate playing chess online or like a video game. As much as I love video games,
Sure.
I just love the human element of chess, the ability to sit down with you and to feel the intimidation you bring and the intimidation I give, and like we go back and forth and we have this conversation, and we're in this moment in this like this space having this game of like this psychological strategy game.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
is
though, like realistically,
always fun.
If we were really playing a like competitive game of chess, I probably wouldn't say anything.
I wouldn't either. But
and I think that takes away from what you're saying.
But on a practical level,
I think playing
for
it for
you
fun,
and me,
sure, yeah.
that's what chess is to me. And I think that's why at the end of Queen's Gambit, she goes to the fucking streets
And plays the homeless
and
guy.
plays the fucking
Yeah.
homeless guy.
That's probably
Because
accurate.
she wants to feel chess at its purest form. And I think that is what chess
I think
is
so.
at its
That's
purest
probably
form.
fair. Yeah,
You
that's
know?
fun. Yeah,
And I'm not knocking anybody who disagrees. I think chess is kind of like your own battle. You know, you kind of deal with it on your
I'll be
way.
honest with you, I don't think anybody's going to disagree because nobody gives a fuck about chess.
Yeah, but I think we do. You know?
Right.
So
I'm
you
saying-
will
I'm
listen
saying-
to every word
I'm
I
saying
have
other
to
than us.
say.
I don't think anybody really gives a fuck about chess. and
Well,
it's sad.
you know, I just wanted to say, I just want to tell
It was
people
fun.
how
It was a good time.
how good you are at chess.
I'm okay.
And he's gonna say he's okay.
Well, I'm like I say I'm okay because like I feel like I should have smoked you in that moment and then I still lose because because an okay player would make that shit.
We had a fun little. We
That's what
haven't
I'm
played.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fine, but I want to say that like you're better than you give yourself credit, and I think that
I give myself a lot more credit than you think. How about that?
Well, at times you do. I've noticed that too. But I think right now, dude, you're better.
Right.
You're
I'm
good
okay.
at chess.
I'm a good chess player.
You're and I feel the pressure. And like I play. I mean, I used to. I'm an old head at chess. You know. I'm sure you know that. I know you're a little more. I don't know. You're.
I just play the game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with
I
that.
don't know.
Sometimes you start a sentence and you don't.
I think
know
you
where you're going.
generalize a lot of things.
Sometimes I do. Yeah.
I think all the time.
But I think that you're better than you give yourself credit. You're
I'm an okay chess player.
Yeah, you're good. You hold yourself. You say okay, and the
I've
fact
played,
of
I've
like
played 5 times in the last year.
same. But I think that
last night.
okay, I played 3 last night. Okay, I guess the last time I played was it early February, January, because I felt like it was last year when we
Right.
started. When did we get in our chest?
Yeah, it was about last year sometime.
Yeah, so I
it's
had
been
played
longer than that, probably.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been a long time.
And I played 3 times last night and once today. And well, I guess Oliver has kind of.
Oliver, yeah.
There's
But
this
that's not-
kid.
yeah, I mean-
There's this kid.
Well, and last night you said it was CPU too, so I guess that don't really count.
Yeah, he just he really lighted a fire. And then playing you, who's going to always bring. You're always going to make me think at my highest level. You know, we both are not at the best we can be as far as chess goes.
No, I
but
don't think we ever will be.
I think that if we challenge each other, we could possibly get there.
I mean,
Because that's what
But
you
do we
light the
say-
fire into me, I light the fire into you. You know,
but really the best we could be at chess.
there was a moment.
We would have to drop fucking everything.
There was yeah, that's fair. But I mean, yeah, that's fair. But I mean, relatively speaking, with the
Okay, sure.
podcast and like living daily life, you want to sacrifice the little bit of free time you have. If you do sacrifice the video games and start playing chess, how good could you be?
Fuck, what video games, man?
Or like a phone game, or like fantasy football. When football ends, you're gonna have a little more time.
How about no?
Well, when football ends, of course. Fantasy football is
Football
also
never
number
ends,
one.
man. No, I say that, but then I was like, as soon as if I don't make the playoffs this week, then I'm probably gonna just stop listening to the fantasy football podcast I listen to.
Yeah. When
If you're out in both leagues, you just stop listening.
I was last year,
That's probably
I checked out early last
sucks, yeah.
year, and it sucks.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's a little sad, but it's also a blessing because
I can listen to music.
you can like
Listen to music
bring
while I
in
work.
some other things that kind of fill up that space.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what I'm saying with chess. Like when football's over,
Move back to chess. We did start playing chess a lot. I think that might have been right at the time whenever football ended was when we started playing chess.
yeah,
Probably pretty close.
I don't have a lot of people in my life.
When
that
did we go
can-
see Mastodon?
That was in September or October.
So that was right when I stopped playing chess. It was before that.
Yeah, because when you played Luker,
Yeah,
shout out
he-
Luker.
and-
Check out that episode.
and he beat me.
But you were hungover, dude.
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. He beat you.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that as an excuse.
Yeah, I know you. That's what I'm trying to say. You're like me, man.
I think
Like,
being-
we
I think-
are very traditional in our respect.
I think I think you're right partially on something. I think that I hold myself to a higher standard. I don't think I hold myself to a higher standard.
you're a better. Chess
I think
player
I
than
hold.
you
I think I hold the word good.
maybe
a
that's
higher
what it
standard.
is. Yeah,
Because like I'm not gonna say I'm good at something that I'm extremely inconsistent and can be bottom of the barrels. Like I made a bottom of the barrel move today.
you did.
That's not a good player.
You did.
That's a very okay player.
But we both were, and like I'm gonna use the argument you used against me. We were both just like free balling. That's what the fun. That's what that today
Oh, yeah, for sure.
felt real playing chess.
But I think
Even
that's
if
a-
I would have lost, I would have said the same thing. Today felt like it was nice,
Oh, if I would have won, I'd have been talking shit.
and that's fine. I
Nah,
love the
probably
shit
wouldn't.
talking,
I
but
really wouldn't.
I just want to say like I think that I respect you as a chess player. Is what I'm saying. Like you're gonna
That's
bring,
fair. I respect you as a
that's-
chess player,
yeah,
but
like
I
you-
think we both suck.
and I think that and maybe it's this, maybe it's
And we're out of practice also.
oh definitely,
And that's why I said we suck.
exactly.
And realistically, that means we're probably just okay chess players.
I get it, man.
We're okay chess
But
players.
on what level though? On the level that you've seen like other people play on the internet? Like what's the
Oh, I don't watch anything.
I
on
know,
YouTube.
but
I've never- I
like-
don't know. I've
but
watched
you
maybe,
you know like ELOs and you know like what it takes to be
Yeah,
a
I mean, I know
great
what
chess
ELOs
player.
are, but that's any game has an ELO. I mean,
Yeah, but you I feel like as a competitor you understand what it takes to be a grandmaster.
I
And
don't.
the
I don't have a clue. I'll be honest.
Well,
with you.
you've kind of done that on a martial arts level.
Sure.
You
I
know
gu-
what
I
I'm
guess
saying? So like you
but-
understand what it takes to kind of the 10-year process of like
yeah.
dedicating your life and the discipline and like what it takes to become a grandmaster in something. Like you've done that.
I mean, I haven't. I've walked that process in something, but I've never made it that far.
I mean, you've done it in karate.
I don't think I'm a grandmaster.
I would consider you.
I don't think I am a grandmaster.
I mean, that's what I feel like a black belt is, right? Like you've
No,
kind
I don't
of,
think so. I think a black belt's the start of this. Black belt is
and that's the respect.
well. I mean, well, in martial
say.
in martial arts,
Yeah,
they
I-
say that
I understand. I
black belt
understand.
is in
The
in
beginning of the
Japanese term,
journey.
Yeah, it's Shodan, which is
Yeah.
beginning of the journey.
Yeah, and that's
Start at the
the
beginning.
that's the respectful, like
Which
you've
is true.
been humbled by the sport.
Which
kinda thing.
I mean, as a competitor, I mean, competing at a under belt level, I don't think I lost like the level before black belt. I didn't lose a fight in like a year.
Yeah.
I didn't lose a single fight in
I
1
know.
year. It was
I
advanced.
know.
And then I went up to black belt.
And I think that you apply
lost my
that
first
to
time, yeah.
all the other things you do, and that's what makes you hold yourself to a higher
Yeah,
standard.
that's possible.
You know, because I have to say, there's a lot of things that I've noticed that you're really good at that you kind of tend to dismiss, and I don't think that's fair to yourself.
Like what? Talk about me. Talk good about me.
Well, chess being the one, and we'll say Madden. You know, I think you've got to.
I think Madden, I do the same shit I do in chess, and that's also I'm an okay Madden player.
Yeah, but the
I do the
potential.
same shit. I can beat you in Madden 2 times in the same season, and then I'll go and lose to fucking John Michael,
Yeah.
who's kind of dog shit at Madden. Shout out John Michael.
No, I think you're selling yourself short, man. I think it's that. I think a lot of people nowadays they kind of look at like what the best is because of like the 0.0001% of YouTube. It could be, but I think that there's something to be said
Because
about
I don't
that.
really watch the 0.001%, so I don't relate to that.
Okay, well then maybe that's my perspective on just. Okay, exclude you then. This is my perspective in general then. I think that I think a lot of people nowadays I think you see this in females when it becomes to like Instagram and like the beauty on Instagram, the big asses. I think that applies to a lot of things, not just big asses on Instagram. I think it applies
I'm not listening
to
anymore. I'm no longer listening.
I think that applies to everything else that people care about in their algorithm.
One thing I think you're on to something like I think you're on something big here, Chaz.
Oh, thanks, Chad.
No, I think like with guys too, it's the same thing where you see these guys who have great relationships and they're going to the gym all the time. They're motivated. It's very easy to put out your best moments on social media
and
or
that's
YouTube or
why,
whatever. Like you look at
that's
say
a problem.
like there's a YouTuber that I watch. His name is TD Barrett. That's a Madden guy that I watch. Dude's fucking average. Oh, sorry. Dude's a very good fucking player, but he posts all his wins and losses. And sometimes he gets fucked on.
I respect it.
And that's why I love it.
If I was going to do it, I'll do it like
he's
that.
been posting every day for the last like 6 years. Every single day he posts a video.
My thing is
Shout out to TD Barrett.
I'm an old head when it comes to Madden.
Yeah.
I respect. I think that like the Madden culture on YouTube, not to really nobody gives a fuck, but the Madden culture on YouTube is a lot of like cheese plays and a lot of like a lot of guys trying to like what's the meta, what's this, what's that, and it's like a lot of people try to apply that to their game and they end up looking like a fucking clown. And I think that because I played a lot of those guys, because like I'll kind of tune into like what the meta is too, just so I can know what's big and I can stop it.
Sure.
But just because I know like okay, I'm seeing one of those guys. Like when I see a guy hold the ball, roll out, and I see a deep post going across the middle, and then the guy's got Patrick Mahomes.
These guys are just copying.
These guys are going.
Copy and paste doesn't work against a good player.
Exactly.
But
I think that
if you look at games like Overwatch, there's a character in Overwatch that is more strong than other characters. Does that make sense?
It does, but
like whenever some characters are really bad, like their damage is nerfed or whatever, and then so like another character's damage is buffed. You're gonna play the character. But that's
because it is affected at the highest level.
Sure, no, but I'm saying that affects every part.
It does.
That affects every level.
It does.
But I'm saying
it does.
If you've got like a character that's really good in Overwatch and a character that's really bad in Overwatch, and then there's a meta for Madden too because it's a video game. So like sometimes when you call certain plays, you're gonna get better blocks than you even realize.
Oh, for sure.
And
but
so
I also think
that's
that
why the top tier level runs those plays.
Yeah. But I'm here to tell you that I think that there's also a human element that people don't realize. Like, this is kind of like your correlation is to analytics in football. And I'm arguing the human element of you might not be good at fucking running stretch plays. Like, you just might not be good at, like, stick work on the outside, and that guy is, and that's why it's the meta. You know, like, you might not be able to beat that safety on the outside. You need to realize you need to build an offense that's built around you and the comforts of your play style and kind of branch out and don't let this online what's quote unquote meta or what's quote unquote big label you into this box of what you need to be to where you are like you're formed into this watered down version of yourself. So where like you become this another statistics to where you play a good player who has their own identity like you or me, and they get smoked because all they know is to like do what they've been told.
I think that can go bigger than Madden. I think just in general.
That's what I'm arguing. You know, like
I think don't like and like you said, looking at a bitch with a fat ass and you're like oh man, I have no ass.
The standard is this, and everybody wants to look at this and go, that's what it takes to be great. You can be great in your own fucking way, man.
Sure.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. That's my argument for you in chess is that you're a fucking good chess player.
See, I think
you're lazy, and so am I. We're both lazy chess players.
Makes us both not good chess players.
Right.
I think my definition of the word good is probably maybe a higher standard.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
Which I guess in turn puts me.
But you like.
I guess in turn makes you right saying that I hold myself to a higher standard because I achieve for good, and my definition of good is higher than someone else's.
And I have to say, you're my favorite chess player I've ever played. Maybe it's just because
you're
my brother, and like
it's competitiveness. Yeah,
it's because like, and maybe the person I fear the most in Madden is you, and I am a person who I will destroy anybody in Madden. We all know this. Anybody who knows me,
in Madden,
I will destroy you.
Not you. Because if I lose you, I'm like, he's good. But the first one I fear most in Madden is Justin and John Michael. They suck, bro. They suck. And I lose to them every time, man. Because I'm an okay Madden player.
The problem is, though, is that you know how I think. You know my brain.
Yeah.
And
The problem is,
and you know my offense.
I
and
try my ass off against you.
And you like
when I play Justin and John Michael, I'm like, fucking, I'll beat these bums. And then I do something stupid. I'm like, oh fuck, now I gotta try, and I fucking panic when I try.
I'm here to tell you, John Mike is an OG Madden player. I know he's not.
He's beat me. He's beat me like 3
times. He's a good Madden player, dude. There was one game me and him played. Me and him was in the division for 10 seasons. He never made it to the Super Bowl because he was in my division. And I had to play him, and I always go with the same mentality. I always bring my A game. I never underestimate anybody. There was one game. I moved a DB with 99 speed to free safety because I can make the reads, and I just need the speed to get there.
You just played that guy.
And I played that guy. And he made throws that – and it bothered me because he made throws that were the right throws. I was just able to make the interceptions, and I won 16 to like 7.
See, the reason
and he played his fucking ass off.
The reason I say,
and I respect that game, and I'll always remember that game because you gave your fucking best, man.
You're the Alabama of Madden. You ever heard of the Alabama hangover?
What's the Alabama hangover?
Whenever a team plays Alabama, and then
they shit the bed the next week.
Yeah, because they fucking tried. They gave it all they had for Alabama. And they still lost, and now it's just fucking. So whenever I think you're a good Madden player. That's where I put you. Is a good Madden player. Sometimes I say, yeah, my brother's a fucking good Madden player. He's a good fucking Madden player. If I was to put fucking in there, that's like
I will beat anybody you know in Madden.
Yeah, probably.
Oh no, there's no probably to it.
Probably. I don't know. I mean,
I would be willing to bet a lot of money that I was smashed.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's some people I know
that don't stand a chance.
That don't say anything about Madden, and that's because they're not that good.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance.
So if they're not telling you that they're good,
I'm
at
here
Madden,
to tell you,
and
anybody listening, I will destroy you, and I will put a lot of money down.
I also want to put out there that I beat him twice in the same season.
Yeah, and let's be clear here, it was 9 seasons. I lost 3 games in 9 seasons, and there was 6 users.
2 of them were to me.
I only lost to you. I never lost to a NPC,
you lost to a
obviously.
CPU, I think.
No, I didn't. I never lost to
You lost me 3 times?
No, I never lost to a CPU.
Well, you said you lost 3 games.
I lost to you, and I might have been twice now. Okay, two games, yeah.
Both of them were me.
Okay, yeah. I lost you in the championship.
The same in week 2
yeah.
in the same year.
But you also had the benefit of knowing my offense. You know my offense.
You had the benefit of knowing my offense.
No, I had the benefit of knowing how you played defense because we played Mutt League and you were the defensive captain. Great defensive guy. Like I would rather have. I don't want anybody else as my defensive captain than you.
I'm all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're faster to.
I'll be pressing the button.
And I'm like, okay, here we go.
But the only way you're getting that,
you know, shit back.
Right,
shit the defense back.
That was whenever I was fucking watching YouTube like crazy.
I know you were fucking
I was studying my shit.
Yeah, and we were in the top 1% of Mutt League.
Yeah.
And we didn't spend a dime.
That was a problem. We weren't playing like fucking like. You know what the worst part is? That was whenever I was watching YouTube. I don't know if it's the same now, but those people that play that kind of Mutt League don't actually play.
I don't care.
That's not actually good people that play.
I don't care. This is practical. This is real life. This isn't like I don't play my game. Like my game isn't. Okay, what? Okay,
that's just me holding myself to a higher standard again.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. We're in the top 1% of you and me. We're in the top 1% with a guy who didn't know shit about Madden. No offense to him, but like he had like 1 pick in 80-something games that we played.
Yeah, sure.
So like,
shout out Noah. I
mean, did what he was asked to do. Good for you. Like
sat in his own, man. He was a CPU.
He was the fucking CPU, and
that fucked up.
Listen, man, this is not anything about that. This is just the fact that you ran a great defense.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And you learned my offense. So like I couldn't learn your defense because your defense is like just good defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna see what you're got.
Exactly.
Adjust, yeah.
You're good on the moment. Like me and you, we would go over things like our minds in the moment, feeling out the players. Like there's something in Madden that like it's a chess element. It's one-on-one. It's the tendencies. People have about 6 good plays. Most people. They're terrible. 6 good plays, having 6 good plays is terrible. I will fucking figure you out and I will destroy you. I have about
that's what won it for me.
25.
That's what won it for me that year. I had that running back Frank Tyson, and I had 6 good plays. I had about 6 good plays.
Yeah.
But I could run the fucking ball, baby.
You were always good at running the ball.
And my fucking
Because
guy
of
was-
Mutt League, too.
And my guy was fast as
You
fuck.
were forced to learn how to run the ball, and you were always a good runner. You were always good
My
at
guy
it.
was fast as fuck, dude. I had like a 96
My
speed
point
running back
is,
rookie.
is that I think you hold yourself to like what's good on a world level.
I don't think I do.
I don't know. Well, then what is it? Because you
I
hold
think
yourself to a
it's-
higher standard, and I try to hold myself on a local standard, and you, like, you're good on a local standard, but you sell yourself short.
I don't think you hold yourself good to a local standard either.
I think that I don't think there's anybody locally that can beat me in Madden. I really believe that.
And that's not good in a local standard.
Yeah, I think that
Good, because if you were saying good in a local
there
standard,
might be one person in the state that can beat me in Madden that doesn't know my offense. Because I was ranked 75th in the world in 2010. I know that doesn't mean much,
but
but
in 2009 didn't work.
that's okay. That's okay. My evolution of playing here recently
Oh, sure, yeah.
has.
yeah.
I wish I would have known what I know now in Madden back then, but because playing with you has really made me take myself to a higher standard. You have really elevated me in a way.
I think
you know.
I think what you were saying though, you said that like I hold myself to a world standard, but then you say you hold yourself to a local standard. But if you really held yourself to a local standard, then you would consider yourself the best.
I do.
So that's not holding yourself to a local standard. You said you're good at
Well,
Madden.
I'm also realistic in the fact that I think that there's there's probably like 100 people that can beat me in the United States, maybe more.
I would say it's a lot more.
I think that you would be surprised.
I think you would be surprised.
I don't think I would.
I bet it's over 1,000.
Maybe.
Easily over 1,000. I was probably over.
Maybe.
I don't think that you could get in the top 100 of Madden.
Right now, I don't have the time now.
I'm saying if the new Madden came out.
I don't have the time. I agree with you. I don't have the
if the
time.
new Madden came out and you played nothing but Madden every
Yeah.
time you came home.
I don't have the time.
Say you didn't have
Yeah.
the dog.
Yeah. Oh, I would bust some
Top
people's
100
asses.
head to head.
I would
Using
take. I would
teams.
bet on myself.
It's fucking hard.
I know it's hard.
Because some of like the best.
I know, and I know
players-
that's saying a lot, and I think most people who are betting would take your side. I think that you're probably right, but
yeah, probably.
I would be I'd be willing to take the challenge, and I think that right now I understand Madden on a level that I've never understood.
So
it on.
what I want to point out to you is like there's probably 20,000 people that can play Madden as good as you, but they know the meta.
And that's what has
and that's
kind
why
of
you wouldn't make top 100.
and that's why I have kind of like the more human element, and that's what's kind of taken me away from Madden.
What do you mean the more human element?
The fact that there is a meta, it kind of bothers me. The fact that people, like, that's what my argument was. That kind of started all this.
There always has been.
Well, yeah, but there was like less of a way to know.
That's true.
Like back in the day when I played, you just played the game, and
And you
either
learned
you were
yourself.
good or you
had
wasn't.
to
You
learn it
wasn't.
yourself.
You wasn't told to be good by some fucking jabroni who just runs fucking roll out with the fucking bazooka and throw a fucking deep post with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying? Like
just guard it.
that's legit. Like and when you start playing Madden, you're gonna notice
How many times have you been scored on by that?
a lot, and it's always the opening. And it's my own fault. It's always the opening game.
It's your own fault.
It's my own fault because I give people the benefit of the doubt, and I try to say that they're not going to be that. And, and then they hit me, and then they open up with the everything's left, and we're going to hit you with the stretch to the right, and then I have to fucking big stick you, hit you on the fucking sideline.
So that's
And
like,
then-
that's like being Bill Belichick and seeing Patrick Mahomes with Tyreek Hill and not putting 2 safeties deep.
The thing is that in that situation, you kind of get a feel between who the team picks on what they're going to try. If
Right.
they go like the Chiefs, you know they're going to go Patrick Mahomes.
Well, not now.
When they had Tyreek Hill, roll
I
out,
have MVS now.
deep ball, and you can probably run that on that game. It's cheesy, but not to get into a whole Madden spill. But
Yeah, not to get into a whole Madden spill 15 minutes later.
I did. But I do think that you do sell yourself short, and I don't know. I'm trying to find the reason why, but I think you're better than you give yourself.
I don't
credit
think. Do you
for.
think that's a bad thing?
I don't know. I don't think you need to label it. I just think it is what it is.
Well, I think you're labeling it.
No, I'm just trying to find.
Because I never really put a label on it until you mentioned it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
And it's because I noticed it, and I think that
I don't think I ever would have put a label.
I
on
don't
it
know
until
if you're
you brought it
too
up.
hard on yourself with those kind of things, or if you're not. I'm not here to try to say you are, you aren't. I'm just trying to say that I hold myself to a high standard too, respect back and forth between man to man. I know you hold yourself to a high standard, and I'm.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. You need to have confidence. You need to help hold yourself to a high standard. But I also think that there's good in humility and being humble, and I think that's what you portray, and I portray it too. I think that's the way you need to be. And I'm here to tell you that you're a better chess player than you give yourself credit for.
I'm okay. I'm an okay chess player.
And here he goes again.
I'm an okay chess
There he
player.
goes again. But
I'll say the same argument I said before. A good chess player
Yeah.
wouldn't make stupid mistakes.
you're lazy, yes, and so am I.
And that makes you not a good chess player.
But
I don't think you're a good chess player. I
the
think you're an okay chess player.
I'm a
And
I
you beat me today,
agree.
which makes me also an okay chess player.
I agree with that, and I agree with everything you're saying. But I know the potential for you is
That's
way
fine.
higher than mine. I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know.
Potential
I
is
just
fine.
want to see. Maybe that's what it is. That I see the potential.
Potential is fine, but right now I'm an okay chess player. I could probably beat.
I'll settle out of court for that.
I could
You
beat. I could
know?
beat the fucking average guy.
I know you would stomp the average guy.
Probably,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean you're good.
Well, then what's good?
Better than us?
What's better than us?
I don't know.
Because I feel like I've been very clear on what I think is better than us and what's great.
I mean, I don't play chess on a local level.
Well, of course, but
I play
I
you
mean
with, like,
across
the
the
computer.
board, because I think these things kind of these are things not just on chess that I think that you've always been like. I've always feel like you've been good at almost everything you do.
I mean, I think you are too. I think that's just our genetics.
We're
We're just built different.
We see red, bro.
No,
You put the chessboard in front of me.
I said.
I
Not
see.
what I said. Not what I said.
No,
You're
but
fucking jumping around like Seabiscuit. Fucking bad sound.
that's me with the knights in chess. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I feel like you hold yourself to a high standard, and I think
do
we
hold
all
myself to a high
should.
standard.
We all should.
I do hold myself to a high standard, but I don't think I hold myself to that high of a standard in chess. Like when I do some really stupid shit in chess, I don't think a good player would do that. I think let's do the same shit in Madden. That's why I say I'm an okay Madden player. I'm never gonna talk.
Is it the chase for perfection with you? Because
you say you're a good Madden player, you say I'll fuck you up in Madden. I would never say that because I have the ability to fucking bomb.
I don't.
I would never tell somebody. And look, you would.
I won't bomb.
And look, just like that, if you were saying, like, would you say that you're a above average chess player? Like, would you tell everybody that you're a good chess player? If you met a new person and they were talking about chess, you'd be like, I'll fuck you up in chess.
If someone was at the party talking shit about chess, I'll be like, I'll play you. I would challenge them.
But you would never say, I'll fuck you up in chess.
I would never call myself good because
Exactly. You just beat me today.
I know. I
Thank
get
you.
it.
Thank you.
I get it, but
I think I
like,
just won that.
maybe it's and maybe you did win, but maybe it's just maybe what I'm trying to say is that I believe in your potential.
Sure.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
You know, because I think
Maybe
that,
you're right.
There's always moments when I play you in a chess match where I feel like
God damn it. That's what you think.
I'm like, yeah.
God
I'm like,
damn.
I felt, like, okay, he got me here.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really feel that very often, and I don't play a lot of people in chess. Let's be clear here, but I did early in my early days. I did, but it was like casuals, guys who really they played when we got together, but they didn't really understand the game like that.
Yeah, 'cause they're dumb.
I'm not saying that I do, but I think that the potential is there for you to I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I just believe in the potential. I think that's what it is.
You think so? You think you just believe in
I think
potential?
to be clear, I think that I just believe in the potential.
You got a lot of potential. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure. It just depends if I want to play or not.
I've had the Madden itch lately,
Yeah, me too.
and I think NFL head coach opened up a gate to
And
me.
then I realized that it's $70. I'm like, I don't want to get it. I don't want to buy it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
I know,
I don't give a flying fuck.
but I have to say though,
You know how mad I get when I play Madden? No
ah,
thanks.
I do. I
No
do
thanks.
Know. I do know.
No thanks.
That's why I quit playing player versus player, man.
You know what I've been doing lately?
There was a
Every-
moment where
you
I
know what I do every day
took
when I
my
get off
controller and just chunked it at the fucking wall.
When was this?
When I was in 2010, when I took it
I
serious.
thought you meant like recently.
No.
I think you meant like the last time we played.
That's why I don't play like that. That's why I don't play online with people, because when
Every
I know I
day-
got cheesed, I'm like, it makes me
I'm
want to
a
like.
fucking idiot. That's how I felt whenever I
I feel like a fucking idiot, but I also like hate the fact that I got forced into being cheesed.
Oh yeah.
Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
that's what makes me hate YouTube Madden. I think YouTube, as much as y'all love, as much as the internet has brought like a lot of good things to us, I've always been the person to say like I think it's kind of ruined a lot of gaming because people hold it to a high standard because if everybody sees that these great people are kind of like telling you how you should play, and everybody wants to play like them and be like them. There's a lot of fake ass phony people, and I think you should be yourself and create your own offenses and your own identity and fit players that like if it's Overwatch, I think you should be able to play a tank that fits to your style. You might play Roadhog, who's not the meta.
I don't know who that is. Is that a new character?
Roadhog?
Oh, I thought you said Roja.
Roadhog, you
I
might.
was like, who the fuck
Sorry,
is Roja?
it's late in the day, man. The beers have they've
That's true.
consumed me.
Yeah, I've been pacing myself. I gotta drive home.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
So you take a guy like so like Diva may be the meta and Winston, but you might just be a bad motherfucker with Roadhog. But this guy that you keep watching who's dominating, who's just like better than you on a technical level, but it's not better than you on a human level. The fact that you can like play this character better than you can play the meta. And I think that's the problem.
I think my problem.
Bring some identity. Bring your fucking soul into how you play. Quit being told what the fuck to do.
I think my problem is
not
there's still a problem in video games. Like, and I'll use Overwatch as an example because I know more about Overwatch because I've played it more recently than like League of Legends. And
yeah,
you can relate to Overwatch.
Yeah,
but,
I agree.
Like I always loved to play Tracer.
You were great.
But the thing is, like, if you're playing Tracer and like healer, like the point of Tracer is to kill the healers that are sitting still in the back line and to bully the tanks.
And that gives
the problem is when you're playing against tanks and healers that are mobile, Tracer kind of fucking sucks.
It's very situational.
So you got to learn how to play somebody else.
Yeah.
You can't just be a one-trick pony. You can't be.
Totally agree.
You can't learn how to play one style. You can't only learn how to dive. You can't only learn how to just aim.
And that's my argument. You got to be able to play
I
the
feel like you said
style.
that a lot, but it didn't make any sense every time you said it.
No. Like you got to be able to play your own style.
No, I'm saying the part where you said that's my argument. It's just I don't know.
No, what I'm trying to say is like you got to be able to play your style. You can't just go out there and copy or like trying to.
Yeah, I guess I agree. With
yeah,
that.
you got to be able to play your style, and your style is going to make you the most comfortable, which in turn is going to make you play better.
That's true.
Stop trying to fucking play what everyone's telling you to play. God damn, man.
Yeah,
that's all of what today's time is copying what everybody did before you. Come up with your own fucking shit, man. Run your own fucking offense.
I think that
Quit doing what the fuck the meta is.
I think that goes back to you.
You're not good at the meta. You're
you
not fucking good at the meta.
People looking at Instagram models or whatever.
Exactly. It's across the board. Apply this to everything.
Same thing.
Apply it to everything. This is today's generation. It's just what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
You like to portray and say I generalize in this situation.
You do. You definitely.
I do.
I'm not saying in this
fine.
generation. I'm saying in
But
general.
I'm just trying to tell you, as somebody who is growing up and trying to learn like the rest of these like new age people coming up, I'm trying to not. I look at the old heads and go, don't be as stubborn as them. They're set in their ways. You got to stay water. You got to adapt. And that's what I'm trying to say.
I think that's another
Quit
example.
fucking copying everyone. Have some authenticity.
I think that's another example of
dude.
you generalizing everybody.
But that's what the norm is.
Saying like old people, like they only are stuck in their ways. Because there's a lot of old guys that aren't.
There's a lot of guys who are like 70 right now who you cannot change their fucking mind.
I mean, that's true. But
And that's like 80%.
I think there's a lot of young guys that are that way too. Does that make it?
The old guys, it's the argument of you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
It seems like
that applies to the human element. Like,
but it also seems like the way you're portraying the younger generation is that they're the exact same way. They can't be changed. You can't change their mind of just trying to follow this higher standard of the best gamers.
I'm just trying to challenge them to kind of think for themselves, because I think that we're in a time where you're told how to act instead of like being yourself.
I think there is a lot of that.
I think you see a lot of that in Instagram. I think you see a lot of that in like the Keeping Up with the Joneses type. You see what the greatest is.
Keeping Up with the Joneses to the young folk out there.
Okay, well, you go to church and you see that Joe Blow has a Bentley and you have a fucking Honda, and they are bragging to you. You want to you feel the tension to make more money because you feel like, oh, that guy has more money, he's more successful, he's a better man than me.
Oh, okay.
So the pressure is to
Joe Blow Joneses
puts the pressure on you with his Mercedes Benz and his fucking Botox Wife.
Oh, Facelift.
Facelift.
Good album.
Yeah, great album. And he puts pressure on you, and I think a lot of people are influenced by pressure from successful people and people who have the big ass on Instagram who are the TJ Barretts of
TD Barrett.
TD Barretts of.
Hold on. Don't show him TD Barrett. TD Barrett's a humble guy.
Okay, respect to him.
TD Barrett is a Titans fan, and he knows they suck.
Okay, respect to him. I love OG. I thought about doing a. Anyways,
Yeah.
good for him.
I like TD Barrett. You would like him too.
But I think there's a lot of people.
Clean guy.
You not included, but there's a lot of people of the new age who they're technical and they're followers and they're not leaders, and they need to just kind of create their own path.
What if I thought there's a lot of followers that use, or maybe not followers, but there's a lot of leaders that use stuff like that as reference to help their leadership.
I'm okay with that. Like respecting a David Goggins or something like that. Is that what you mean? Like
Maybe like
the fact to like apply those hardcore leaders to like kind of being practical in your daily life.
A person like I want to use John Michael or even Justin.
Please do.
Shout out Justin and John
Yeah.
Michael as evidence for that. Like Justin, one of the things that he used to do, and I'll go back to Madden because I played him a lot in Madden. I played him a lot in Overwatch. He watched the meta, and he had his own style, but he would watch people that played his style. And so, yeah, sure, he might have been following, but he was also learning so he could lead with his own style. And he was learning how to lead better.
And in defense of that, I think I think Justin's play style, shout out Nutswinger,
is his own.
Is his own.
And
I
Overwatch,
think
for sure.
that, and definitely
It was
in
the same way in
Overwatch.
Madden because, like, whenever I played
Same way in Madden.
And for me in Madden, one of the things you taught me was if the DBs press up, you put the fucking wide
Always.
receiver on the left on a streak.
Just to test
Just
them.
to see. And I was fucking I would murder people with that. Because I drafted Tyreek Hill for that reason.
Yeah.
Or I had Ali McBath, which was a nasty slot receiver. Or
He was.
Or Levi Hutton, monster fucking deep ball guy that I had in Madden. And every time I played Justin, you know what he would do? He would press the fucking DBs up just to see if I would throw it. But he pressed them up, but he made them play over top. So they would immediately run back as soon as it happened, and I would never get the deep ball. But it made me change my route, so I would fucking miss out on a route.
I have lost in the past 20 years
Shawn's good at Madden, if you didn't know.
5 games of Madden, and you are
2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah. Who else?
Chris got me in
20
in a 1 minute quarter game.
Let's talk the last 10 years. How many people?
Oh, 2. Yeah. It's got to be some benefit to and I was so mad.
I know you were.
I was so
And that's when I fake humbled you.
I know.
I fake humbled. I was
I
like,
hate a fake
good
humble
game,
motherfucker.
man.
I'd rather you talk
Good game, man. You played a good game.
Yeah.
And I turned the mic off and I was like, let's fucking go.
I know you was so happy. But there's a difference between you beating me in Madden because you understand me on the psychological level. Like you can play that game that nobody else can.
I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody can get on your nerves like I can.
Exactly.
There's not a single person on this planet.
Exactly.
And I don't know that. I don't think anybody can get on my nerves like you can.
That might be true because we know each other. You know.
But the problem is, I feel like you don't do it on purpose.
You said what?
I said you just don't do it on purpose. I'm just fucking. You just get on my nerves.
Probably.
You just get on my fucking nerves.
That's probably.
Man.
Yeah, I never mean
fucking
to do it on
annoying.
purpose. I know I say some things that could
they're obnoxious.
They're obnoxious, but
we both do.
We always do.
But the best part about it is
I just want to be honest.
We're both very vocal towards each other whenever we're like, God damn, shut the fuck up.
You deserve my honesty because, and I've always tried to
thanks
to give you that. But you did have the benefit of always knowing my mind and how like you know how I fucking think, dude. We literally entered the top 1% of Madden players on on consoles.
Yeah,
I don't think
cross-platform at the time.
Yeah, top 1%. MVP, and that's without spending money. A lot of people dump a lot of money.
That's true. We did that's something I will give us credit for. We didn't.
We never spent, and we got into the game late. Like if we got into the game early and never spent money,
Friday.
It would be
grind challenges, baby.
So we're 3 months.
God, that's one thing I missed.
We start 3 months late, and we still destroy people in Madden.
Well, hey, I got to piss, and I'm honestly. It's time to go home. I gotta cook and I gotta clean and do some shit. So
that's right.
I think it's a good time to end it, man.
Yeah.
It's a little past 7:30.
Yeah. Not to suck each other's dicks on the way out, but
It was
But,
a good chess game, man. I need to get on Madden. We need to play chess more.
Yeah, we need to do it all.
We need to compete against each other in more things.
I agree because we both bring
Why don't you
out
come to the martial arts world?
the
Let me choke you the fuck out.
yeah. Yeah, that sounds very that sounds like something I
Enticing.
want
That's
to
a good way to
do.
convince
Yeah,
somebody.
thanks. You convinced me. But no, I think that's what I'm trying to say to all of you is
develop your own style.
Is,
be your own.
Brian is always going to challenge me on things.
Lane Staley said, "If I can't be my own, I'd feel better dead."
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say.
And
is
that's
that,
what we're missing in
Brian
today's
likes to
generation.
challenge me on a lot of things, and I think that he should, and I'm
That's
always
why
for it.
rock and roll doesn't exist now.
Exactly.
Because motherfuckers don't believe in being their own.
And I think that what I'm trying to tell all of you is don't look what's big and decide that this is the path. Create your own path. If you're playing that game, if you're fucking whatever you're doing, create your own way because
Enjoy the journey.
a lot
Have fun
of
and
what these people that are quote unquote successful, whatever, portraying, they don't I'm getting there.
Wrap it up.
They don't it's not always practical, so
That's right. But like you said though, develop your own style, man. Be your own.
be your own.
Have fun and be in your own.
Yeah.
Don't just be your own because we're saying to. Because then you're
Yes.
just goddamn doing the same shit we're telling you not to.
Be your own.
It's been a good podcast.
Cheers,
man.
brother.
Cheers.
It's good
brother.
to see you.
Hug me, brother. See you, man. Shout out, Drake and
Bye,
Josh.
guys.
Not a sponsor.